All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. This is the GeoFarm Circle Prospecting Mastery Call, where we try to talk all things inside of our farm areas. And so, with that, the idea of becoming a household name with homeowners in the area, and heck, even people that are renting that are going to want to end up buying a place at some point. But the point is, we just want to make sure that we got as much visibility in our farm area as possible. And so we're just showing you this landing page here. Get your free list of Pensacola area pool homes for sale. This is actually a campaign that we're going to launch for a client here a little bit later. I don't know if today or tomorrow, probably today. I'll tell you, free list of pool homes is an awesome funnel. And so in your area there, now this is obviously going to be bringing buyers in, but to me, that's part of a geo farm because I want both buyers and sellers to be thinking about me when they think about the area that we're dealing with. Because at some point, buyers are going to sell, sellers are going to buy. And so they're really all part of the same pot. It just depends on which part do you get them. So you can see here, we're talking about new construction homes and communities. So whether it's a new construction home with a pool or a new construction community with a pool, right? Little call to action there, get the free list. And then here you can see we got 4.99% rates available. Hurry, incentives end soon. So there is one builder, DR Horton, and they've got one complex. Well, no, there's actually three complexes with a 4.99, but only one of them has a pool. And that is fine. I don't want to call out that one complex. So I don't want us to sit there and go, oh, it doesn't matter what it's called. Let's say Three Hollows. And if I were to say Three Hollows pool homes for sale, no one is going to click the ad because they're just going to go to Three Hollows. So when I'm marketing new construction, whether it is an individual unit or a complex, I typically don't want to say the specific complex or community name. I just want to refer to it in the sense of, in this case here, the incentives being offered or the housing styles being offered. So again, you'll see here, this is for new construction, but in particular, new construction with pools. And we're going to be able to share with the leads the information. Now, here's the deal. When the leads click through this, the autoresponder, in fact, let me bring up the autoresponder. I think I've got that close at hand because we are not going to send the list of homes for sale in the autoresponder. In fact, I'll show you what the autoresponder is going to look like. So here's the autoresponder. So the autoresponder is going to ask them, what is the area? So what parts of the Pensacola area in particular, and what is their price range? We do this because if we just go ahead and send the list to them, we may never hear from them again. And so we want to find out, A, what parts of Pensacola, B, what is your price range? And if there's anything else, we don't want to get into too much. We don't want to create a homework assignment for people, right? And you could ask, are you pre-qualified? Why are you looking to buy? Do you have a home to sell? There's a lot of things we can ask, but we just want to get the conversation going. We just want to have this as low a barrier to entry as possible while still moving engagement forward. And that's why we're not going to send the free list. We're going to reach out to them immediately. So as soon as we generate the lead, we're going to reach out to them. And then because the autoresponder will go out to them right away, but we're also going to call them, right? Hey, this is Gordon. Thank you for your requesting a free list of pool homes for sale. I sent you an email, but just want to make sure what areas you're looking into and what's the price range so that we can customize that list to be perfect for you. And then you're off and running from there. The other thing we're going to talk about today is this post here. So Emily here, she's been prospecting expireds and she got 2 expired listings. So she used listings to leads to engage them. She used listings to leads to present. And then she used listings to leads to market those listings, which is awesome. So I'm going to go through this because some of these it's hard sometimes to get into these comments. So her first post here yesterday was, she said, I just listed 2 expireds and she's never marketed an expired listing. And there's so many tools. And so I just told him, like, Emily, you just market an expired listing the same as any other listing, right? You just make sure it's in Listing to Leads. You get on the market listing checklist and you're good to go, right? You just do that for every single status and you're going to be great. But let's get into a little bit more on what did she do? And so let's just go through this. It'll be a little bit of in and out of order because I'm just going to go through how it came in. So she goes right here, about to list one in a few days. And she's going on about how they got to do a few things around the house. And he had to stage the patio, artificial flowers to the front bed. That's funny. I sent 2 to 3 mailings. And so what she sent was a nearby homeowner letter, which she gets into here, I think. Oh, goodness. Wait. Yeah. So Shannon. Oh, yeah. So Shannon got in here too, right? As well. And so both of them, that's even better. So Shannon says, I sent him the Listings to Leads neighborhood letter for a few listings. So we all know the nearby homeowner letter. She also has another letter that she shared. And then I'll tell you, we got also a few other letters that would be absolutely awesome, which I'll show you. So, hey, having different arrows in your bag, because you never know which one is going to hit with that prospect. Using something like that is absolutely awesome. And then let's see, here we go. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, here we go. Down here, keep going. So she says, I call expireds. They said the last agent sucked. I got an appointment and used the Listings to Leads listing presentation in L to L to win the listing. All right. So if you're going to walk in there and they say my last agent sucked, and you go in there and your marketing plan is just another one pager, like you see from so many of these places, or I've even seen some pretty big coaches and companies where you're paying 500, you're paying $1,000 a month. And I've seen the listing presentation package and it pales in comparison to what you get with Listings to Leads. And with Listings to Leads, when you got a listing appointment with an expired, with a FSBO, with the listing, right, with a normal property owner to list their home as normal, you can create those custom listing presentations, right? The PDF guide, the flip book, the landing page, to be able to present so that you can show those homeowners that you don't suck, right? Nobody wants to suck. The problem is the agents that suck, I don't even know if they realize that they do. Right? I don't even think if they think one way or the other, to be honest with you. But still, it's amazing in 2025 how many people are still in the game of drop it in the MLS, put a link on Facebook, it's on Zillow. I did an open house that nobody came to because I didn't really market it. And they think that they're somehow a professional real estate agent when in fact, not so much, not so much. We want to be able to make sure. And this is what's really awesome is, think about it. She used Listings to Leads to help her engage the lead before they ever knew who she was. She used Listings to Leads to present to that lead to secure the listing, to get the listing agreement signed. And now she's going to use Listings to Leads to generate even more listings, right? Because she used the nearby homeowner letter to get the first touch points with them, right? Now, there are other things that you can use besides even the nearby homeowner letter that we're going to go through here today. So with that said, let's go to listings real quick, because I talked to another agent yesterday and she had a couple of recently closed listings. And when I say recent, it's March 1st, anything from your buyers or your sellers that has closed since, let's just say, early January, I think would be fair game for adding to your Listings to Leads account to do just sold. Or if you've got a buyer or a listing that is in contract, you can do that pending and contract marketing as well from either the buy or the sell side. And let me just show you here. If I go to add listing, manual, you're going to see here, I can add listings as draft. And I show that to you just so that you understand that when you got a listing or a property that you want to add to your account, if it's not available via the grab, if it's not available via the data feed, you can add it this way. And this could be great for a coming soon. This could be great for if you got a listing presentation coming up and you want to just start filling in a few things while you're waiting for the pictures or you're waiting for whatever it is that you're waiting for to finish it. And then you've got listing presentation, right? Which is what Emily did. You've got expired. You've got FSBO, and all three of those statuses are going to create that presentation that Emily was talking about that I'm going to show you next. And when you do this, notice when I've got FSBO, expired, and again, listing presentation, all of them have the seller's name, email, and phone number. And that way we're going to put all that information right on the cover sheet of the presentation, whether it's the PDF, the flip book, or the landing page. So really cool stuff there. But what I want to show you is we've got in contract, under deposit, active contingent, just sold selling agent. So that's where you are representing the buyer or where you represented the buyer. And in all of these other statuses here, you can do these as either the selling or the listing agent. So again, if you've got a listing that your buyer is either in contract on or recently bought, add it to your listings to leads account, because then you're going to get that nearby homeowner letter that you can leverage. And so if I go back to my main listing page and let these come up, we're going to go take a look at a pending listing. In fact, let me show you in success stories, because it's always nice to hear from an agent. And so right here, Lena, her buyer, she represented the buyer and got listings. And whether you get a listing or you attract the attention of an expired homeowner or even a FSBO homeowner, right? Maybe that FSBO homeowner is at the end of their rope, right? They've had their property on the market for maybe a month or two. They're getting the most ridiculous phone calls from the investors that are just trying to kill them. And then, so the nearby homeowner letter like this can be great for those kind of things as well. So anyways, on the listing page here, whether you're the listing agent or the selling agent, when you click on market listing and the nearby homeowner letter right here, and you can see there's 3 different versions. And I'm just going to download it so we can take a quick look at it. So whether you print it at home and mail it, whether you door knock, whether you mail it, depends on your business, where you're at in your business. If you want to mail it, I would use Zaire Mail or Mailbox Power. But I'm telling you, especially I think in this market, I would door knock. And a lot of people tell me that this letter is awesome to door knock with on any status, really. My favorites would be open house, pending, or sold, because those are going to be the best conversations with homeowners in the area. And I've had people tell me they've gotten buyer leads from this. So buyer leads, seller leads, because you're going to knock on a door and it could be people renting a property, right? It could be people that are renting, and, or it could be people that know somebody that's renting. So anyways, this letter here, where I talked about that, the fact that the property just went pending, expected to close soon. And again, you could be the listing, you represent the seller, or you could be the selling agent where it's your buyer that's in contract. Either way, you can use this letter. So they can go here to get more information. They can also scan the QR code send a text, and they can go to that domain. This QR code also has the home value estimate option right there as well. So this letter is what Emily was sending out. So she sent this letter out a couple of times, but I think we got even better stuff than that for expires in particular. Now, if you've got a listing, by all means, you need to be using this letter, right? This letter, it's like the magic seller letter in the industry. 13 listings in one farm in 1 year. It doesn't get much better than that, right? I don't know too many people that are using one tool, all right, this letter, one tool to get 13 listings in one farm in 1 year. Pretty damn good. All right. And so again, now, if you don't have a listing in a farm area, try to get an open house. Try to find someone that has an open listing and just ask if you can do an open house, and make sure you use our open house marketing, our open house mastery training to market that open house, to generate leads from that open house. But again, this letter, however we can get to it and get it out to the homeowners in that area. And then we've also got postcards and door hangers. So if you're more of a postcard or door hanger person, these are beautiful as well. Not everybody's going to want to use the letter, and I get that. So we got EDDM, we got jumbo, we got standard, got the same URL, the QR code, the back of it, similar. And you can see there. And then you come down here, we got quite a few different styles, actually. Panoramic, second panoramic. So you can see there's a number of different versions here. Yeah, it's one-sided postcards, right? All sorts of them. And then we've also got the circle prospecting script. So as I always say, whether it's an e-flyer to our database or an email blast to our database, and we want to make sure that we call through a few of those people, similar to this. Now, you don't have to, but it will help you with your conversions. If you're using a Redex, if you've got My Plus Leads or any of those types of programs that you're using for the mailings and you got the phone numbers, always check out the fact that we're going to have a circle prospecting / GeoFarm script. And this is the script right here. And there's a version if you send the letter, postcard, or door hanger, and there's a version here when you don't. Now, obviously, I think that you should send the letter, postcard, or door hanger first and then call. And it's a great phone call. And this was something that we worked with some top producing agents on. And so essentially, you're going to just introduce yourself. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Want to let you know that 333 Main Court in Rockland is now pending. And I'm just reading over here. Expected to close soon. It's only not too far away from you. I sent you or dropped off a letter with the link to the property website with all the photos and details. And I just want to make sure you got that. If you didn't, you can always text 1-833-710 to 25678, and the virtual tour will get sent to you automatically. It's really quick and easy. You're going to love the photos. And with the way the market is now, I just want to make sure to let you know about the fact that this home went pending, or that we're having an open house, or the property sold, right? You get the idea. And then I expect we'll get a good price for it. So in this case, this one's pending. And because of this, yada, 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 great conversation starters, right? What is it? It's all about creating the opportunity to be able to add value to the people in our farm, in our database, in our audience, right? And in this case here, we're talking about our GeoFarm / circle prospecting. Now, when we use that letter, when we get that letter out to our farm, just like what we saw with Emily, I would want to make sure if there are any expireds that are in my farm area, that I get that letter to them as well. So I'm going to have a circle prospecting list for around my listings. So when I take the listing, I'm going to get that circle prospecting list around it, so I can at least get the letters out to them. All right. Whether I do the letter, the postcard, or the door hanger, right? Again, I don't really care so much which one you do. The letter is better. And again, because you can door knock it, you can door drop, you can mail it, you can print it in the office and mail it. You can send it to Zaire Mail or Mailbox uh, Pro. Oh my God. My head's a little bit off today. I apologize. Mailbox Power. So there's so many ways that you can use and get the letter out the door. But again, don't look at your FSBOs in the area. Look at the expireds in your farm area and make sure we're not leaving out really some of the best opportunities for listings. Or I think sometimes we just drop the ball on listings that are expired in FSBOs because we're thinking, well, I'm not an expired person, right? I'm not someone that goes after expired, so I'm not calling them or whatever. It doesn't matter, right? Because they get so many phone calls that I think calling is awesome. If you're going to call up expireds, that's a beautiful thing to do. But regardless, you're going to want to layer in a direct mail or print component to that, like what we saw with Emily in that comment a little bit earlier. Now, I will show you, and this will be a little bit out of order, but you see I've got an expired listing right here, and I got a FSBO. If I click, now this is not the expired listing I'm going to market, right? So in this case right here, I've added this home to my account because it is expired. And I want to I'm going to be presenting to them in a couple of days. And so by adding them to my listings to leads account, I'm able to check this out. This flip book, the complete marketing plan to get your expired home sold, prepared for, it's got their name and address. And all the way through this flip book is their home. And if you were to scan any of these QR codes, their homes, look at that, isn't that beautiful? Listing websites, virtual tours, right? That custom domain right there. In fact, I got to get that. I'm going to put that in bold. It's so good, right? 7800 Elm Drive worldsbestlisting.com. You don't think the homeowner is going to, even when they just look at that, they're going to be like, holy cow, that's beautiful. But right here, right? When they scan the QR code and that single property website pops up on their phone, and you're able to tell them, I am ready to start marketing your home with the click of one button, right? Really a couple of buttons because you got to log in to listings to leads, you got to go to listings, and then all you do, and you could tell this to the homeowner. All I've got to do is convert expired to coming soon or just listed. And I will be on my way. That will like literally auto post automatically. The ad will be set up and I can just get the ad out in about 5 seconds. And I've got all the tools to market your home ready in about 5 to 10 seconds. All I got to, and again, right. I would even show that even in a listing presentation, or if I'm presenting to a FSBO I would almost show this to them and just say, it would literally take me 5 seconds to have all of the marketing tools I need to start getting your home sold right here. And so we looked at, oh my gosh, there we go. So again, now this PDF and the landing page, they're available. I mean, you can have as many of those as you want in your listings to leads account. I can create, if you got an account with up to 10 listings and you don't have any listings right now, I would borrow a listing a listing or two to market for sure. Hopefully I can get a listing to hold open. I might find a couple of the expireds in my area, add them to my account, right? And so check this out, expired and FSBO, right? Again, same thing for both of them. There's the flip book, there's the PDF, right? So when it says download listing presentation, that's the PDF, the flip book, and then there's also a landing page. And so I would be high targeting the expireds that are in my farm area And again, let's say you got 2 listings. Okay, great. You got 2 listings. You got 8 more spots in your listings to leads account. I would find, my top 3 to 4 expireds, and I would add them. I would add them to listings to leads, just like I showed you. I would send them the landing page and just say, "Hey, I see your home went expired. I'd like to invite you to view my 100-point home marketing plan on how to get your home sold." And can you imagine if I'm looking at my own home after you send that to me? I would be like, holy, in fact, I know people, what they do is, now it's a little bit expensive, but for example, if I click download listing presentation, give it a second here, because a 26 pager. There we go. So I know people who will print this and then put it in a binder and either drop it off or mail it to the homeowner if it's a home that is appropriate for that kind of a thing, right? If you got a higher end home in your area and you really want to make a splash, right? Now, because again, this is the PDF, so this is the printable version. And then we had the landing page, which would be great to send them in an email. And then we got the flip book, which is great for presenting on your tablet. All right. A lot of clients are presenting this on a tablet or their laptop, right? Or again, they'll print this, the PDF version. And I don't have my camera on right now, but I got my, my beautiful leather binder with my clear cover. So I got this right here as my cover. And then when I open it up, they're going to see this again on the inside. And then you can just hear me flipping through all the way through it. Because again, when I think about GeoFarm or circle prospecting, I don't want to be missing some of the best opportunities in my farm area. And some of those best opportunities are going to be the expires, are going to be the FSBOs. And so let's do this. Let's go to landing pages. And let's see here. Any questions or comments? Is there a tool that can pull addresses in the radius? Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, Steve. Any of them, right? So My Plus Leads, Redx, all of them can do that, I think. Yeah. So what you do is, and typically what it is, it's like you can put in a property address and then do 400 homes, the first 400 homes closest to it within a quarter-mile radius. Then you can expand it out or reduce it as needed. And then you can either A, just take that list, or B, you can usually scrub that list against the DNC so that you can get a list where you've got the homeowner's name, all the data on the mortgage and all that kind of good stuff, how long they've been there, property information, their email address, and phone numbers that are available to call because you scrubbed against the DNC. And so I would want to get like a list of, I don't know, 200 to 300 in a circle prospecting list that have all those criteria. Does that make sense? Now, I wouldn't necessarily, I would, I'd make sure I think about it first. If the listing is not in your farm area, and by your farm area, I just mean it's not in an area where your buyer seller profiles really hit. So I've talked to agents and they're like, I got a listing. I don't want to do too much marketing because I really wouldn't want to get buyers or sellers for that area, which is totally very smart. You don't want to be throwing a lot of money marketing a property in an area that you don't want any more listings, right? Maybe you took the listing because it came in, but it's like a 40-minute drive. And so every time you do an open house or a showing, it's like on the other side of town. Now I've got clients that will drive 3 to 4 hours. Hey, you do what you do you. I don't care, right? It's up to you how you're going to do your business. But when it comes to GeoFarm or circle prospecting, I want to make sure that I'm doing it in an area that's got good turnover, right? Good sales, good price point, right? Because all of that is related, but that it's also in an area that is where I want to be. Right now, I've talked to people, they're a little bit younger. And so they go, I don't want to do those high end luxury things because I just don't have the skill set or the whatever it is to do that. They want to stay in their own lane. Or I've got people that, or maybe the opposite, maybe they're a little bit older and they just don't want to deal with with the super low end stuff. I get it. That's totally fine. And I love that the fact that you actually people think about it, because again, I'm not going to want to use the nearby homeowner letter around a listing that I don't want to get more listings in. So for the landing pages, what I want to talk about are both FSBO, and you can do this for all of these. Look at this. So FSBO, expired, void foreclosure. That's a great one. Short sale, home for sale. That's another great one. iBuyer. Let's take a look at iBuyer. In fact, let's do this. Let's generate. We're going to create an iBuyer landing page, and then we're going to create a landing page for expired. So we can see both of them real quickly here. And somebody give me a farm area. So give me an area that you want to generate leads in the farm area. So somebody go ahead and type in, and let me navigate. This is always killing me here. Perfect. I'll just put in. So Whitney Oaks. So we got iBuyer, Whitney. Now, and this could be any of these, right? They all work the same way. So iBuyer, Whitney Oaks, create landing page. And so this is a great one because it's the cash offer. And what a great postcard to get to my farm area. Now, this image is completely customizable. So whatever image I put here. So if I click upload image, and let's say I just put another image on there, right? Everything is going to change. Everything on this page is customizable. And when I go to marketing tools, you are going to see that I have got, why is my ad account not connected? Oh yeah, sorry. Let me connect my ad account. I was doing some training yesterday and no, let's see here, marketing tools and connect. So easy. It's so funny how sometimes people are going through this wizard and they get stuck somewhere. I'm like, how do you get stuck? That's pretty quick and easy. Boom, there we go. And let's go back to landing pages. And let's see here. Let me go back to the one. Oh, nope, that's not it. Oh, is that it? No, that was, give me a second. Let's bring up that one we're working on there. Whitney Oaks. There we go. Whitney Oaks iBuyer. And we'll see the ad. So look how fast and easy this is. Now, we just created an iBuyer landing page. When you do that, the entire marketing funnel is created. And so look at this, Whitney Oaks. So if that's our farm area, we now have a iBuyer / cash offer funnel ready for them. But you can edit this, you can edit the image. So if you got a beautiful image in Canva or a video that you want to use, you can do that. Location. Now, what's really cool is check this out. Remember we talked about, you got My Plus Leads, you got RedX, you got Prospect Boss. If you're buying a list of homes for that farm area, look at this, retarget current leads. And so I can say, hit my custom audience. And I'll just do your database as well, right? Throw your database in there. The people using zip codes as their custom audience names. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know. I guess it depends on how you want to do things, but there are so many zip codes. And so I would do it by area. So Rockland homeowners, Folsom homeowners, Roseville homeowners, 95630 homeowners. It just gets a little bit small. And then you start getting a ton of audiences. It gets really hard to manage. And so because here's the deal. Nobody knows the zip codes other than theirs. And so when I've seen people do this where they go, homes for sale in 95630. They know what 95630 means and where it is, but nobody else does, right? Unless you live in that zip code, you've got no idea what zip code some area is, right? Unless you're just like some crazy person that just is into zip codes. But so anyways, what I want to get to here is, check this out. Postcards and door hangers. We buy houses for cash fast in Whitney Oaks. You may need to sell for many reasons. And so you can create and then add so many different things like postcards, door hangers, even we've got print flyers here for this, for so many other seller call to actions, right? Some more value propositions here. Beautiful e-flyer or a print flyer, right? So I can go door knocking with this one. Imagine having a different funnel every 4 weeks. So you could have used a nearby homeowner letter for sold listing. You could have used something like this right here. We got the what is your home worth? So many different things there. Because the deal is obviously, how do we stay in front of homeowners in a way that doesn't get too repetitive, too far afield, and too boring? So this is such a great way to do that. And then again, we've got the farm and prospecting scripts right here. So for whoever is when you buy that list from My Plus Leads, from RedX, right? If you're a Ricky Carruth student, like some of our people are, we got all sorts of coaches. But the thing I like about Ricky is he talks about the fact that these kinds of lists are really an investment. And I completely agree with him on that. Because once I have that data, damn, right? Now I can mail them, I can call them. If I got the ability to do cold email, I can even email them, right? We got the e-flyer, right? Check all these e-flyers. Version 1, version 2, right? Just so many, just awesome. Absolutely awesome. We've got Google ads. And so again, so many different ways to just absolutely dominate my farm. That's a Google ad will come up. And let's go back to the main page, landing page dashboard. And let's take a look at expired. In fact, let's create another one. Add new landing page, property valuation plus. So that's what is your home worth? And Winchester. So somebody else said Winchester. Assign IVR text. We'll take a look at that in a second. Don't ever put your state, MA, Massachusetts, whatever. Just only the city or town or area name. So take a few seconds there. It's creating the editor. All the marketing tools will be, literally everything is ready to go. There's nothing you have to do to this once it's created. Now I do. I go in there and I'll customize that, the image. Oh, in fact, let me show you. I will show you. I was working with another client on this recently. Let me show you this landing page, and then I'll show you the edits to make. So name your home price. If the right buyer came along, what price would make you say yes? With our Name Your Price program, you tell me the price that would make you consider selling. Please enter your property address, no commitment, no pressure, right? Just simple way to explore your options. Submit your selling price. So I put my address in there, submit your selling price. And on the next page, I would sell my home for, and then the helper text. If one of our buyers loves your home, what price would you sell it for? I might say yes at this price. I might say yes at 900,000. Name, email, phone number. All this is customizable. right? The verbiage on that previous part was customizable. This is the lead form is customizable. And I think for the client that I worked on this with, we actually take them to a blog post. So we don't even show them this, right? You don't have to show them the home value stuff. In fact, I think, yeah. So that's there. So that's cool. But for her, right, when we were doing that funnel, we did a redirect, and I'll show that to you here. So let's go to, so here was the Winchester landing page that we created. So this is a default, what it looks like when you first create it. But if I go to open editor, here I can change the background image. It could be a video, solid color. So all of that can be edited here. Let's see, what did I want it to? I think let's go to pricing, because this is where you can edit that part where it said, if one of my buyers wants to buy your home, at what price would you sell it for? And so if I use the drop down here, there's page 1, pricing, and then page 2. I went to pricing, and then under form field, you will see we have buyers for homes in. So that's going to default to Winchester if I don't do anything else. So this is actually completely default, obviously, because I just created it, right? And then let's see, pricing, page 2. That's just the default lead form. So phone number, right? We already got their name and email, but now we're going to get their phone number. And what are you interested in? Right? That's going to be like, I need to sell and buy. I just need to sell. I'm just trying to get my information. Right? So again, down here is all of that. And then back here in the editor, when I go to marketing tools, right? Again, everything here is editable. And again, I can either notice retarget current leads actually is checked by default, because when we're doing seller leads, you don't have to, and it's absolutely not at all required. But if you do have a custom audience and you want to run it to them, all you got to do is put in your audience name. And so again, if I got my audience of Winchester, Massachusetts, Stephen, now I can make sure that my Winchester home value landing page will be seen by Winchester homeowners. My Winchester iBuyer cash offer will be seen by Winchester homeowners. I've got postcards, letters, door hangers, right? All available for my Winchester. These are here. Let's take a look at the download. And let's upload a photo. Let's change the background photo. I will upload. So for these landing pages, any famous landmark in the area, I don't like using specific homes on this landing page, just because someone's going to go, my home doesn't look like that. You could use a photo of the area. Let's see if I got a quick photo here. That would be good. If not, I'll use that photo, insert, save. And in fact, if somebody wants to send a text, remember we added the text. I'll drop that text into the GoToWebinar control panel for you. And you can test that out a little bit later, but it's really cool. So now let's go back to marketing tools. And it looks like it should be good to go. So the thumbnails are updating here. Let me just download it, see if it's saved yet. Yep, there we go. So easy. Got the postcard created. February home sales for Winchester are in, and this has affected your home value. Please get your new home value estimate free and instantly at scan the QR code or text. And then we got the door hanger. We've got the print flyers, all the other great tools there. And so as far as like the GeoFarm Circle Prospecting, you got every landing page can be created for that farm area. You got the postcards, you got the door hangers, you got the print flyers, you got the expired, you got the FSBOs, you got listings. So all of these can be used in support of you absolutely dominating your farm area beyond belief, right? You don't have any there. When you think about how many pieces of content do you really need to dominate a farm? Because you're only going to be sending out something once a month or so. And when you're circle prospecting, especially if you're circle prospecting a home in your farm, you don't want to run out of ammunition after the first or second thing that you send them, right? And that's what was great about Emily is she sent them a nearby homeowner letter. Well, she was sending that out to the farm area, right? And obviously the expireds were getting them as well. So the expireds got that nearby homeowner letter, but then she was able to use some of the other tools, like you can see here. We talked about the iBuyer cash offer. We talked about the home value. We talked about, in fact, let me show you the expireds. So I've got, and you can create the expired landing pages just like we did the others. So I've got my Hollywood Hills expired landing page. And I'll tell you, these postcards are phenomenal. Check out the front of this postcard. Let me download it so you can see it better. Expired listing, let me help. I would like to offer you a free review of how to increase your market perception. Look at that domain, Hollywood Hills, expiredsoldfast.com. And so this is the kind of thing you want to integrate into your marketing. So whether you're, calling expireds every day at 8 a.m., right? You're there 8 a.m. every day, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. You're making those calls. Get these postcards, add them to those automations. I'm going to be working on that a little bit later today with a client where we're going to be adding these postcards to his automations in My Plus Mailbox Power he's using. So we're going to add them. So as soon as those expireds drop in to, I'm not sure if he's Go High Level. He was using Follow Up Boss, but he's going to use Go High Level. So as soon as those leads drop in there, then and also Mailbox Power, the postcards will just go out automatically. So some people, they actually will print these and then just mail them from their desk. So you'll see the back of the postcard here. And if I download it, awesome. Did you know that home sales, yada, yada, yada. All right. Information, drop them right there. You're good to go. And of course, we got the different sizes here of postcards. We got the jumbo. Now there's no EDDM for this one because this isn't one that you're going to send out to every single person in the world, right? This is not like you want the post person to literally drop it off to every single home. That's going to be a complete waste of time. These are things that we're just going to hit targeted homes with, i.e. homes that have expired. And we got similar one for FSBO as well. Now for the iBuyer cash offer, the what is your home worth, some of those other ones, those would be more appropriate for EDDM if you wanted to leverage that. Can we add our own audience? Yes. Yeah, let me show you. Great question, David. Thank you for that question. Because geofarming does include the custom audience on Facebook, and you can run an ad for just a couple of dollars a day. Now, I've seen a lot of very mixed results. It really depends on what your motive, what's your goal coming into this? Let me show you here. Create audience name. So you may say, for example, yeah, David says, I've had poor results when I use custom audiences. Yeah, if anybody's got a trick on the custom audiences, let me know because, again, I've seen some great results, but usually in my mind, it's more of a branding thing. So I would do Winchester, MA, and here I might put the state, just help me, not really. So Winchester, and I say March 2025, and red X. And that way I know what's the area. If there are any filters that I use, I might add the filters in a one word. The month and year I added. So that way I know, hey, you know what? Come September, I look at this, I go, oh, it hasn't been updated, or especially March 2026. You might want that way you'll know when it was added so you can update it again. Just important create. And the cool thing about a custom audience is you can do $2 a day, right? $1 a day, $3 a day, whatever it is. And it's almost like a branding thing. So here, check this out. When I go to do an ad, so create Facebook ad, create landing page, and let's find the one that we just did. So Winchester, right? That's the one that we just did. We just added Winchester, and I'm going to leave it as lead ad. This was that image. Now, change template, edit. So I can move things around, and I can even say, let's do this. I'm going to say Winchester. Oh, perfect. Good. In fact, I'm going to make that a little bit darker. That blue is a little bit too see-through for me. So if I just click there, the whole palette opens up, and you can see that's solid. I'm going to go just a little bit off completely solid. I think that looks best. Hit save. Yeah, if you need to reach me, just ping me in the mastermind group. Yeah, don't put your information here, because once I close this out, I won't have any access to it. All right, now this is completely, I can edit anything there. And so what I was going to show you is when you got your custom audience, now I can change lifetime to daily, and I can $2 a day, right? $2 a daily budget to a custom audience. Yeah, but again, go to location. If you are, you want leads, right? I want to bring in leads. Just use location, because location is, buyers are not going to click on that, right? Winchester, and I know not Winchester, Oregon, but there it is. And that's why we got Winchester in here. What is your, and usually I would do, what is your Winchester home worth now? Obviously this is completely editable. The people in Dorchester are not going to click this ad. Buyers are not going to click this ad. Now, you might have a few agents clicking the ad, but it's going to mostly be homeowners in Winchester that will click this ad. Don't feel, oh my God, I don't have a custom audience, or, oh, I got a custom audience. That's going to be the best thing to do. It may or may not be. No, you're never going to know until you test, right? You're never going to know until you just try it. But don't waste a lot of money on custom audiences if they're not producing for you. But that's what I was talking about earlier, is if you want to do it in like a branding way of this, but I've talked to people, they'll say, we don't get a lot of leads from it. But when I talk to my people, or when I hear from people, they will say, oh yeah, I saw your stuff all over the place all the time. And they know that was the ads I was running to them inside of my custom audience at just a couple of dollars a day. I would look at the custom audience stuff as more of a brand builder than a straight up lead generator. Now, if you got a great custom audience that produces, more power to you, and it can be a great thing to use. With that, I will let everybody go. And if you got any last second questions, let me see. Perfect. Awesome. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll talk to you soon.